Do not turn away from my voice right now, because the exact breakthrough your weary, exhausted soul has been begging for is waiting for you at the very end of this message. If you will simply stay with me for these next few moments, quieting your mind and listening until the final word is spoken, I am going to release a profound, supernatural peace that will completely silence your deepest, most terrifying anxieties. Leave what you are doing. Step away from the chaos of your surroundings and give me your undivided attention, because what I am about to impart to you will permanently change the trajectory of your entire life. For your trust, your patience, and your faith in hearing me out, I am going to multiply in absolute, overflowing abundance everything you place into my hands today. Give me just a single moment of your time right now. In exchange for this brief pause in your heavy day, I am going to breathe years of abundant, vibrant life back into your weary bones. For every heavy sigh you offer up to me, for every silent groan of exhaustion that escapes your lips, I will fill you with radiant health, unshakable joy, and a deep resilience you never knew you possessed. For every beautiful feeling of gratitude you direct toward me, I will surround you with a deep sense of understanding. You will no longer walk alone. You will be completely surrounded by unwavering, fiercely loyal support. The negative voices that have tormented your mind for years, the voices of doubt, of insecurity, of fear, will finally fade away into absolute nothingness. The ungrateful people who drained your energy, who took your kindness for granted, and who left you feeling utterly empty, will step aside. Those who intentionally harmed you, who spoke ill of your name and tried to ruin your reputation, will suddenly feel the heavy, undeniable weight of their own actions. And I, the creator of the universe, am going to personally reveal to everyone who ever doubted you that you are my deeply beloved child. I will show them, undeniably and publicly, that my supernatural power rests heavily upon your life. In fact, if they ever find themselves in desperate need of a miracle, they will have to come directly to you, so you can gently guide them to trust in me. I am preparing a table for you in the very presence of those who tried to break you. The happiness I am actively giving you right now is completely indestructible. It is eternal. It cannot be bought, and it cannot be stolen. It blooms brightly even in the most barren, unforgiving desert of your life, and it manifests boldly in the very midst of your darkest, most violent storms. Pour out your heart to me when the battles grow fierce. Bare your soul to me in the middle of these cruel, relentless struggles, even when you are completely emotionally numb, when your heart feels entirely hollowed out from carrying too much weight for too long. The truth is that this divine gift of joy and healing will never, ever depart from you. When sudden sadness attacks your mind, when the shadows of depression try to creep back into your thoughts, remember that you always have a choice. You decide right then and there whether to cling tightly to my unfailing promise or to surrender to despair. This powerful, life-altering happiness is tied directly to your faith and your willingness to believe me. It does not depend on what people do or fail to do for you. It does not depend on the economy, on your job, or on what this fragile, temporary world can offer. It depends entirely on my unshakable word. In the absolute quiet of the early mornings, when your aching soul wakes you with a heavy sigh and the weight of the day tries to crush you before you even step out of bed, that gentle warmth you suddenly feel is my presence. It is my pure, holy, and beautiful joy wrapping around you. It is my love brushing against your cheek like a gentle kiss, awakening you to a glorious, brand new morning. Now, I need you to be still. Keep silent for a moment. I am listening closely to the beating of your heart, and I understand perfectly well what you are telling me, without you having to speak a single audible word. I hear the silent language of your pain. I know the unspoken fears that keep your mind racing in the midnight hours. Never step away from this deep affection that gives you true life. Never forget this Heavenly Father who loves you with an everlasting love and who deeply desires to spend time with you at the very first light of dawn. In the wonderful seasons on the mountaintop and in the devastating seasons in the darkest valleys, you must hold on to these words as your lifeline. Speak them out loud with all the conviction in your heart. I am deeply loved by my powerful and loving God, and so it shall be. I have not forgotten you. Do not ever entertain the toxic lie that you have been left behind, skipped over, or forgotten by heaven. Your faith is being severely tested right now, not to break you, but so your soul can be permanently strengthened. Your spirit is being stretched and filled to the absolute brim with my divine presence. You are growing stronger, wiser, and more resilient every single day, even on the days when you feel incredibly weak. You are already being actively prepared for a new, breathtaking season, a stage of 1,000 miracles, sublime and entirely supernatural. Absolutely everything is possible for you when you choose to believe in me. There is nothing in this physical world, no force in the spiritual realm, no barrier, and no obstacle that can stop the destiny I have written for you. Every careful step you take in my wisdom, every act of quiet obedience, will be beautifully recorded in the book of life. I want to completely tear out those toxic, deeply rooted thoughts of failure, rejection, and abandonment that you absorbed from the broken people around you. You were not created to carry a mind saturated with constant fear, crippling insecurity, and dark unbelief. You are deeply, fiercely loved, and you are of infinite, immeasurable value to me. Look at the vastness of the cosmos, the roaring oceans and the towering mountains. Yet my eyes are fixed on you. How could I possibly abandon you when I love you so completely and have prepared so many immense, life-changing blessings just for your future? No accuser, whether human or spiritual, will ever be able to convince me to reject you or leave you behind. Even when your own heart wrestles with deep doubt, even when you struggle to believe my promises and you speak out of fear, I will continue to love you unconditionally. This ferocious love I have for you is something no force, no enemy, and no tragedy in the entire universe can ever snatch away from your grip. Why do you keep suffering in silence, trying to carry the weight of the world on your own two shoulders? Do not allow lingering, painful doubts to tear you down from the inside out. If you do not give me the opportunity to intervene and heal you, sadness and despair will actively try to steal your bright future, rob your peace, and destroy the harmony of your family. Think of those you fiercely love and how much they need you whole, but also do this for yourself. Look in the mirror and see yourself with the true, priceless value you actually possess. Do not ignore the life-giving words I have prepared specifically for you today. Through this very message, I am making my deepest feelings known to you. I speak to you plainly, bypassing complicated theology, so that your spirit will easily accept it and understand just how precious you are to my heart. And as I have told you time and time again, I am never going to stop showing you that I love you. Even if you turn your face away in frustration, even if you are entirely distracted by the overwhelming worries of life, and do not immediately react to this endless love, I will keep insisting. I will gently, relentlessly, and fiercely pursue you. I will not stop until my spirit casts out every toxic thing, every manipulative person, and every dark lie that has tried to take my place in your heart. Things that have only caused you sharp pain, deep sadness, and heavy regret. I will always be right here by your side. Even on the terrible days when you cannot feel my presence, the absolute truth is that I never leave. I am the anchor in your constantly changing world. Declare, I believe, where all can witness, if you have faith. I will pull you out of that intense, suffocating loneliness that surrounds you like a thick fog. You are not going to die in this wilderness. You are going to live, and you are going to thrive. Many of your deepest, most persistent problems are coming to a sudden, permanent end. The ongoing conflicts that drain your energy will be miraculously transformed into incredible blessings, deep wisdom, and unbreakable strength. Just give me the opportunity. Just believe me. I will fill your weary spirit, your home, and your entire family with this sweet, unending, perfect love. I am so deeply pleased when you choose to listen to me, when you open your heart to my instruction. When you step out of your house every single day, I want you to be completely covered with my affection as a shield. I want you to walk entirely free of your heavy, crushing burdens. I want you to walk full of absolute security, with your head held high, knowing without a single shadow of a doubt that you are intensely valued, heavily protected, and deeply loved by your Heavenly Father. Listen closely to me. Let these words satisfy your deep, aching spiritual hunger. Let them fill you with fresh encouragement and vital, buzzing energy every single morning, bringing a joy that does not fade when the news is bad, and a peace that cannot be shaken when the storms roll in. I know that years ago your youth overflowed with vibrant energy, and you walked in wide open fields of beautiful, ambitious dreams. Back then, you kept your gaze lifted high, looking at the horizon, and your desires to conquer the world and do good were so incredibly great. But the passing years were hard. The inevitable mistakes, the unexpected, crushing failures, and the bitter, painful disappointments came and sat heavily at the edge of your bed. They didn't announce themselves, but little by little, they quietly stole your vigor. They drained your optimism. You slowly lost your drive to fulfill all those beautiful, massive plans you had kept safely locked in your heart. I heard you when you whispered in the dark that too much time had passed. I heard you cry that your years were already too many, and that it was simply too late to start over. You suffered so many devastating letdowns. You gave your absolute best to people, pouring your soul into them, and you felt that the very people you fought so fiercely for had completely forgotten you, leaving you empty and unappreciated. That is exactly why you are hearing my voice today. I do not want you to feel this way for one more second. Do not walk in the direction of defeat and resignation. In the depths of your soul, I am drawing a brand new map and paving the exact illuminated path you are meant to walk. You do not need the validation or approval of other people to be truly happy. In fact, it is quite the opposite. Those who took your immense kindness for granted, those who abused your generosity, will eventually realize the sheer, staggering depth of the sacrifice you made for them. You set your own life aside, you delayed your own dreams, just to give them a chance at happiness. You thought they forgot you, but I tell you this with absolute certainty. The day will come when they return with heavy, repentant hearts. They will be entirely shaken when their eyes are open to what they lost. This specific promise is the divine reward for your silent suffering. That day, when those people finally knock on your door seeking your forgiveness, will be a time of massive, undeniable victory. It will stand as a glowing example before all those who truly love you. But those who had the malicious misfortune of intentionally raising their hand against you will flee in absolute shame. Sometimes you look back at your journey, and you falsely think you have failed. You think your life was wasted on the wrong people, the wrong jobs, or the wrong pursuits, and that the beautiful dreams you held were just foolish, childish fantasies. Listen to me. Engrave these words deep into the very fabric of your mind. Prepare your heart to welcome true, lasting joy. Tell me right now that you believe me, and today you will rise up, dust yourself off, and leave that heavy cloak of sadness behind forever. Enough is enough. This very day, in this very moment, I am permanently breaking the invisible, heavy chains that have prevented you from stepping into your true destiny. You desire a better life. You desperately want a fresh start. That is exactly why I am telling you today. Raise your gaze from the dirt. Change your way of thinking. Fill your mind with my truth and walk away, without guilt, from anyone and everyone who constantly pushes you to stumble. You were born to know my peace, to live in radiant joy, and to face the many challenges of your life with unshakable faith and absolute security, without a single trace of cowardice or fear. You were born to be strengthened, to be heavily blessed, and to do incredible, world-changing good for the people around you, starting right inside your own home. Yes, you have made your own mistakes. Every human does. And for those mistakes, you cannot blame anyone but yourself. You and I have to talk seriously about this. If my spirit gently touches your soul today, and your ear hears me telling you to turn around, I tell you for a very specific reason. You must walk away from the path of error. You must stop repeating the cycles that hurt you, and you must put your life completely, holding nothing back, into my capable hands. But hear me on this. I do not agree with you continuing to carry the crushing, suffocating guilt of the sins of your past. Many people around you have an incredibly cruel habit. They delight in constantly rubbing your face in the mistakes you made when you were younger, more foolish and hurting. They loudly claim to have faith, but they do not truly believe I have the ultimate power to completely, radically change a human heart. You did and said things in your immaturity that you deeply regret. But you must understand, you are no longer that person. That version of you is in the grave. That is in the past. I have entirely, completely, and permanently forgiven you. I did not wash you clean so that you could walk around hanging your head in shame every single time a self-righteous person comes to remind you of your history. I did not redeem you so you could live in perpetual punishment. Face those accusers, whether they are people or the spiritual voices in your head, and declare with bold, unflinching confidence, I am completely forgiven and washed clean. My God has removed my past from me. The earthly consequences have been faced. I have wept my tears. I have repented in the dark, and I have risen. I absolutely reject these accusations. Stay away from my life, those of you who desperately want to keep me trapped in yesterday. I belong to my God. I serve Him. I love Him, and so it shall be forever. When you stand firm in that unwavering truth, your enemies will flee in sheer confusion. But if they stubbornly refuse to leave immediately, simply bend your knees, lift your hands, and leave the battle entirely to me. Come here. Rejoice in the profound, heavy-lifting freedom I secured specifically for you. Your failures and your worst moments belong to yesterday. Here in the present, I am handing you the ultimate gift. Vibrant health, eternal salvation, a clear mind, and a future overflowing with abundant, staggering blessings. Tell me with all your heart that you truly believe it. I want you to receive more. I want to give you more of my spirit, more deep contentment, more profound gratitude for the life you have been given, more surrender to my will, and a burning, unquenchable desire to seek me every single day. Your desire to fight for a better life is a beautiful thing. I personally placed that fierce, relentless drive inside your chest. That drive to move forward, to conquer the obstacles in your path, to defeat the massive giants standing in your way, and to secure the blessings that will bring lasting peace and prosperity to your family. But you must remember that material things are entirely temporary. Get your priorities up to date on what is truly important. Value the breath in your lungs, the people who love you, and the grace you walk in. Do not ever lose focus on your true, deep spiritual life. Focus on what is eternal, because if you deviate, if you become entirely distracted by the pursuit of temporary wealth or status, everything you have achieved will be carried away by the wind like dust. Many greedy, opportunistic people want to rob you of your peace. They are watching you closely, just waiting for you to let your spiritual guard down so they can bring you down to their level. And if they ever get to see that your success and victory went to your head, making you arrogant. They will find their exact perfect opportunity to strike you, giving you a beating physically, emotionally, and spiritually. The enemy of your soul continues to roam this earth like a roaring, starving lion, desperately looking for my blessed children to devour. He wants to destroy your life, dismantle your family, and burn down everything you have worked so hard to build. But listen to me. I am not asking you to exhaust yourself trying to prove to the world what a flawlessly good person you are. You do not need to dress in a fake cloak of artificial purity to impress anyone. You do not need to perform for human applause. Here in my kingdom, we do not hand out trophies, degrees, or diplomas to those who loudly boast of their own perfection and outward piety. Understand very well what I am asking of you. Simply take some quiet time for prayer. Remove from your life the chaotic distractions, the endless noise, and the toxic relationships that drain the calm straight out of your heart. Throw away those heavy burdens of impossible commitments that I never, ever asked you to carry. You love to help others, it is your nature, but many people simply want to fill your time with vain, useless things. They want access to your skills, your money, and your resources, but they are not genuinely interested in your well-being or your future. They do not truly value what you sacrifice for them. In the midst of your busy, highly demanding life, you must intentionally set aside time to draw closer to me. I will send a gentle, undeniable whisper to your spirit in the early morning, ringing a soft bell in your soul, calling you to sit with me before the world demands your attention. When you feel that gentle pull, when you hear my call, take it seriously. Do not get angry with me for waking you. Do not pull the heavy covers over your head and stubbornly go back to sleep. I want to speak with you. I desperately desire to bless you, to warn you of upcoming traps, and to clearly reveal my perfect strategic will for your life. I love you, and I want you to receive more love, deep peace, absolute tranquility, powerful encouragement, motivation, and the vital strength to fight your battles directly from my Holy Spirit. Receive it right now. Fill yourself more and more. Be perfectly calm. Be totally quiet. Close your eyes. Release your heavy worries. Let them rise with the wind and disappear completely into the vast, endless clouds of heaven. Breathe in my divine breath. Watch as your heaviest, most terrifying burdens fall away from your shoulders, sinking to the absolute, unreachable depths of the sea, where they can never be retrieved or held against you. Do not rush away. Stay just a little longer in my presence. Do not walk out of this moment the exact same way you walked in. My child, you have walked a long road through the dust of broken promises. I am now turning the soil of your spirit to receive what is coming. Your life has been like a dormant orchard. It was quiet and appeared barren under the heat, but your roots grew deep in the dark earth. I am breathing life into the wood. Every branch will now bear the weight of a harvest that will sustain your house forever. This growth is not fragile. I have built an iron trellis of truth that will not buckle under the weight of your new blessings. You will no longer build on shifting sands or look for human approval. I am laying the stone footings for a destiny that will outlast the storms of this world. This structure is built to hold the abundance I am giving to your lineage. I am strengthening your frame so you can stand. To move this transformation forward, take a heavy grain from your own storehouse and plant it into the soil of this ministry. This act is the specific dedication of your first fruits. It ensures your future fields are protected from lack and sorrow. By releasing a gift of your provision today, you anchor the pillars of your household to the work I am doing. Do not hold back the seed. It is the move that opens the storehouse. As you release this gift, water will flow into every dry crack of your history. It will wash away the sting of failure. The confusion is gone. I am placing the capstone of my favor on everything you touch from this moment on. Your obedience establishes a boundary that no enemy can cross. It secures the fruit of your labor for your children. Step into this harvest. The drought is finished. I am with you. I am binding my eternal fiery love to your heart so securely that you will feel it beating within you day and night. It will act as an anchor, helping you calm those intense, erratic feelings that shake you like a severe storm, the feelings that try to falsely convince you the pain will never end. These words, coming straight from my heart, have the absolute, undisputed power to heal your traumatized mind. It is my duty as your responsible, loving father to care for you. I carefully, jealously watch over the well-being of your soul, and I fight for the true health of your emotions. I have come to give you life in abundance. I have come to give you total, permanent freedom from that heavy, suffocating fog of depression that tries to disconnect you from the beautiful reality of your life, from the countless wonderful blessings I have placed all around you, starting with the very miracle that you have breath in your lungs and blood in your veins. That is the best part. And although you have been suffering deeply, I am actively, aggressively changing your situation right now. Because you have come to me with simple, innocent, desperate faith. You came crying out for healing and authentic love. Look around at how many people in this world are locked in the false, tragic belief that they will never be free from their slavery, bound by chains they think are permanent. Go and tell those who suffer that I do not want them to be lost. I love them in such a massive, overwhelming way that I did and will do absolutely everything that can be done in this universe to bring them true, lasting freedom and eternal salvation. But hear this for yourself. You are free right now. You are no longer a slave to any toxic vice, any destructive mindset, or any heavy sorrow. Despite the massive obstacles you face daily, the mountains standing in your way, I am actively making you a remarkably strong, fiercely resilient person. You will no longer be attacked and defeated by bad habits that only drag you down to physical sickness and emotional sadness. You are a person with a beautiful, wonderful, exceptionally rare heart, completely full of deep security and sharp, decisive power. You have a real, living, breathing relationship with me. I am not an imaginary being living strictly in the dusty pages of a forgotten book you hid in a drawer. You are proving simply by sitting here and listening to my voice that I am real and that I am actively, tangibly touching your life. That book is much more than mere paper and ink. It is my living, breathing, explosive word, and it will cause incredible, undeniable miracles within your mind and body. I thank you for having that grateful attitude and for firmly, stubbornly believing in me when it was hard. Today I have spoken directly to your spirit, and you know it deep within your bones. So many incredibly beautiful things are rapidly approaching your doorstep. Wait for them with eager, joyful anticipation. You do not have friends on this earth who are quite like me. My love is eternal, pure, and indestructible. It is yours forever. I do not fail. I do not lie. I do not tell half-truths to manipulate you, nor do I tell white lies to spare your feelings at the expense of your growth. I am not going to reject your call in the early mornings. I am not going to ignore you when you speak to me in tears. I am completely, entirely here for you, to love you fiercely, to care for you gently. I am here in the exceptionally good times, and I am here in the devastatingly bad times. When you feel great, overflowing happiness, or when your soul weeps silently inside where no one else can see. I am not leaving. I will not hide behind a locked door, nor will I send someone else to tell you I am unavailable. I am who I am, holy, majestic, and eternal, a consuming fire that destroys wickedness, but also a loving, intensely tender, fiercely protective Father. My love is not self-serving. I do not want your money. I do not need your possessions. I ask entirely, exclusively for your heart. I simply ask that in everything you do, you consult me first. Bring me your plans before you execute them. And even if you happen to stumble and fail me, I will continue to be with you. I will be right there in each of your celebrations, cheering for your triumphs and your grand successes. But more importantly, I will be there in your crushing, humiliating defeats. When everyone else awkwardly leaves you, when the crowd scatters, and no one wants to take the time to sit with you and heal your broken soul, I am there. Do you see me now? Your good friends say they are very busy, that they are traveling, working, or dealing with their own lives. You call them in a moment of panic, and they simply do not answer you. But I am always, always here. I did not leave. So you failed? You made a terrible mistake? You sinned? Well, you have to know something immensely important, something the enemy doesn't want you to grasp. Today, I love you far more than I did yesterday. My love for you actively multiplies and grows every single day. Just as the physical universe constantly expands outward toward infinity, my love is so great, so vast, and so immense that your human mind cannot even begin to imagine its borders. Even if your own father or your mother abandoned you, I am never, ever going to leave you. Even if your own children despise you and completely ignore the massive bleeding sacrifices you made to raise them, I am still your God. I am your ultimate defender and your best friend. I will reward absolutely everything you do for people, because you do it with genuine love, and in doing so, you serve me. But hear my warning. Do not give your fragile heart to just anyone. No matter how perfect their life may look from the outside, no matter how incredibly nice the words they speak to you sound, do not surrender your free will and your peace to those who boast of earthly authority or spiritual superiority. They loudly demand blind loyalty from you, and they always want you to give them something, your time, your money, your submission, in return for their highly conditional friendship. Understand this completely. In this deeply imperfect, broken world, every single human being has the capacity to fail you. I do not want to see you crying again on the floor, screaming disconsolate into the night, and asking why they hurt you so badly when you love them with such purity. Now you know why. People are broken. Do not allow it yourself. Do not let yourself be manipulated again. Guard your heart with wisdom. You love. You serve. You give generously. You be an incredibly good friend, but do not ever expect utter perfection from anyone but me. I am the absolute only one who will never, ever fail you. I will be with you always. Do not forget it. When you need a true, unfailing friend, here I am. You know that I love you with all my heart. I am hugging you right now, wrapping you in all my love. These minutes you give me are a special, sacred time for you, a time of profound peace, deep tranquility, and much-needed restorative rest. I know your days are full of endless, exhausting occupations, running frantically from here to there, putting out fires, dealing with tension after tension. Sometimes so many massive problems come completely suddenly, all at once, threatening to crush you under their weight. And if you do not fiercely cling to my hand in those moments, your heart rapidly fills with deep, suffocating anguish. But while I hold you right now, I will make you calm down completely. From this moment on, your emotions will be remarkably strong, anchored, and stable. Because with every single step you take moving forward, you will feel a great, undeniable security. Because now you truly know exactly who strengthens you and who sustains you. Your success, your strength, your ultimate triumph, and your profound blessing do not come from random luck, good karma, or mere coincidence. I made you very intelligent and incredibly capable, but your intellect is not the only reason you succeed either. You are very blessed strictly because I, the creator of the universe, have decided it to be so. It is absolutely true that you work incredibly hard and put a lot of your own blood, sweat, and tears into your life. But if I were not actively standing with you, breathing favor over your efforts, everything you do would be utterly in vain. You will continue exactly as before, brave, diligent, and hardworking. But now, the fundamental difference is that you will have an unshakable, profound peace in your heart. And I am going to miraculously multiply your efforts greatly. You will accomplish in a day what used to take a month. In your soul, there will be much profound gratitude, and you will openly, joyfully recognize that right from my hand comes your true, lasting blessing. That is exactly why I speak to you so constantly, and why I carefully, meticulously guide you every morning. I do not want you to leave your house feeling frantic, desperate, and overthinking the massive list of things that you have to do. Receive this profound peace that I am handing you right now. Put it on like a garment, and watch carefully where you walk today. You have to look closely, because if you just run and run without peace, without any clear divine direction or goal, you will inevitably stumble over any random stone, and you will greatly hurt your future upon falling. Better yet, take my hand tightly, and if you lack the patience to wait for the right timing, I will freely, generously give it to you. Let the others run blindly, exhausting themselves, rushing to wherever their anxiety leads them. I am taking you to a completely safe, highly prosperous destination. And in my absolutely perfect time, I will make it happen. It is far, far better that you wait in peace than rush in panic. Because rushing the timeline, forcing open doors that are not ready to be opened, is not your job. It is up to me. So, actively trusting me is the absolute best, most productive thing you can do at all times. Since you have begun listening to my voice, you have become so much calmer. You have finally learned the quiet, immense power of waiting. You no longer get instantly derailed and upset by sudden bad news or unexpected changes in plans. You no longer allow invasive doubts to fill you with heavy, paralyzing sorrow. That is exactly how you will continue to walk. Your character is strengthening more and more, taking root deeply like a tree planted by the water. Your faithfulness, your steadfast loyalty, and your deep, genuine love for me are truly admirable. And that is simply one of the many reasons I have decided to bless you even more than you could ask or imagine. I love you for eternity. I care for you with an infinite, boundless love. Even if your physical eyes do not see me standing in the room with you starting today, your heart will intensely, undeniably feel me. I will be always, constantly by your side, even though sometimes your struggles are so incredibly numerous, and your daily trials so severely hard that your faith inevitably falters. I know there are days when your tired, overloaded mind no longer finds logical, rational reasons to believe in me. But today, I want to vividly, powerfully infuse your soul with a massive wave of confidence. I want you to definitively, stubbornly decide to believe in my word. Do it right now, despite what your exhausted soul feels, despite the physical circumstances around you, and despite the fact that your heart may currently be weeping. Believe me, your emotions are valid, but they are not the ultimate truth. My word is the ultimate truth. I will not let you fall. I will not ever allow you to be knocked down and left on the hard ground. I do not want you to be defeated. Defeat, destruction, and despair are absolutely not part of my plan for your life. I have far better days prepared for you, and greatly blessed times ahead. But I must assure you of something crucial. That exact painful process through which you are walking today is not the end of your story. It is not the graveyard of your deep desires. It is simply the greenhouse where they are growing. Your life is not over. You have not missed your window, and you are absolutely not left with nothing. You have incredibly great things left to do on this earth, and that beautiful heart of yours will be entirely filled with overwhelming happiness when you finally see this supernatural promise fulfilled right before your eyes. The dry, barren, exhausting days are rapidly leaving your life. I am actively pouring over your life a heavy, drenching spiritual rain. I am causing a massive, undeniable revival that will completely revive your whole being, mind, body, and spirit. Wonderful, breathtaking are the times that are quickly coming for you. But right now, in the waiting, I want you to anchor yourself firmly in what you believe. Set your gaze securely on the absolute wonders that you are already beginning to feel shifting in the atmosphere. And very soon, you will physically see the manifestation of these promises. Profound peace for your soul, massive, overflowing provision in your house, deep, restorative harmony in your family, robust physical health, immense happiness, and boundless, youthful energy to work, study, and do absolutely all the incredible things you vividly wish to do. I am literally, actively turning back the clock so you can fully recover your seemingly lost dreams. The years the locusts have eaten will be restored to you in full. I have firmly cast your past sins, your embarrassing mistakes, and your old problems to the absolute bottom of the sea, so that you will never again find that toxic garbage from the past. Do not fear the future. I know exactly what I am doing with your life. Do not allow your chest to be wounded by the worldly negativity broadcasted all around you. Do not let this newfound happiness and peace escape your grasp. I know exactly who you are, behind the masks and the brave faces you put on for the world, and I know exactly how incredibly far you can go. You have solid, beautiful faith in me. Well, I want you to know today that I also strongly believe in you. I believe in all your untapped, hidden potential, the massive effort you put into surviving, and the unique, brilliant talent with which I have fully equipped you to fight your battles. I do not imagine fake fantasies to make you feel better temporarily, nor do I speak empty things that will never be fulfilled. My word is entirely, utterly unbreakable. And absolutely all the miracles of which I have spoken to you will absolutely become your physical reality. Here, I keep firmly in my strong hands all those wonderful things that I am going to give you at the exact appointed time. May your entire being be completely filled with this unshakable security. I will never, ever depart from you. It is my firm, resolute will to lead you safely by your hand directly toward ultimate victory. It is my will to hug you firmly when you briefly face defeat or disappointment. And it is my will to help you rapidly get out when the situation appears mathematically impossible, and you simply do not know what to do, who to call, or where to turn. But when you feel overwhelmed, when the noise of the world is too loud, you can immediately return to me. Here, entirely in my presence, in the secret place, you will naturally find the deep understanding and the specific calming patience you so desperately need to truly live, and not just survive. My word does not ever change with the shifting culture. My promises are never broken by bad economies. My precise, tailored plans for you are strictly for good and peace, of vast provision and immense prosperity. I say this to you today with strong words of love and immense, undeniable power, because I deeply desire your spiritual eyes to open and totally discover exactly who you really are in my kingdom. You were absolutely not born to merely exist, to live from crushing defeat to crushing defeat, nor to walk from sadness to sadness. You have been beautifully created and uniquely, specifically chosen, so that you bring incredible progress and radiant glory to my holy name, so that you may be blessed in a remarkably great, highly visible way, and that all the people all around may clearly see the goodness of God operating in your life. I have strategically, intentionally placed you in this exact time in history and in this exact geographical place, so that your radically transformed life may be a shining, undeniable example that deeply encourages others who are losing hope, and so that in their own desperate hearts is born the fierce, burning desire to know me more. You are my precious child, but I have also distinctly placed in you a very special, heavy calling, This is the exact reason why I want to bless you in such a great way, with wide open hands, today and for the rest of your days. Even if the outside world is heavily filled with panic, chaos, and desperate need, in your home, your family will be safely guided by my promises that consistently refresh their lives. I will personally be the shepherd of your household. Nothing will they ever lack. In moments of high tension and family disagreements, I will closely help them rest beside waters of pure tranquility. I will permanently heal their traumatized souls. I will aggressively tear out old, bitter grudges that have divided your bloodline. I will tenderly touch their volatile emotions and completely stabilize their racing, anxious thoughts. Even if they walk through dark valleys of shadow, sickness, and of deep pain, they will not be paralyzed by fear. Because even despite their own human failures, their stubbornness, and their sins, I will continuously be their God, pursuing them with goodness and mercy. On this beautiful day, I come and speak directly to you, bypassing the noise of the world, straight to your heart. I tell you abundantly clearly what my will for you is. I put vividly before your spiritual eyes the bright, expansive future I have perfectly prepared for you. Tell me you accept it. Do not tell me you doubt it or boldly reject it out of a false sense of unworthiness, nor laugh sarcastically or mock my immense goodness and my boundless grace by saying it is too good to be true. Yes, I want to completely, totally forgive your past and massively bless your future. And exactly so I will do. No demon in hell and no human on earth can prevent me. I was, I am, and I will strictly continue to be your faithful, protective Heavenly Father. I firmly hold you with my strong arms of deep mercy. I am the God who completely heals you, who restores your mind, and who fiercely loves you. You have listened faithfully up to here, giving me your time, and I am incredibly pleased with your favor and your wonderfully sincere, open attitude. Today I deeply write these exact words into the very fibers of your heart. This specific day is completely sealed forever in the heavenly realms. The vast generational provision for your family is officially secured. The healing process in your body has begun. Receive with all your heart this incredible, unmatched gift of love. Accept deep in your soul this entirely powerful blessing. Do not keep it locked inside. Shout it. Write it down as a memorial. Declare your Amen where all can see, establishing your faith publicly, and let your voice be heard among the believers with all your strength. I receive it, beloved God. I will fill you completely with a deep, penetrating peace that naturally makes you feel entirely calm, remarkably loved, totally understood, and fiercely protected. If you ever think about giving up when the road gets steep, firmly remember that behind every single difficult situation you face, there is a beautiful, waiting blessing meant to brilliantly light your path. It is waiting actively to flood your entire heart with extreme joy.
We run on viewer support only. For exclusive member-only content, scan the QR or see the pinned comment. God bless you.